During the month of March, we celebrate women's history. We pay tribute to the contributions and achievements made by women both past and present. From the abolition of slavery to securing civil rights to preparedness during major armed conflicts, women have been a contributing force in nearly every major event in our nation's history. Traditionally, we have been mothers, wives, caretakers. As we continue to move forward, however, in addition to those vital roles, women have come to serve our nation in government, medicine, business, law, foreign affairs, philosophy, the arts, finance, education, activism, science, sports, and entertainment. Ours is a tradition in which we have been trailblazers and have, sometimes against extraordinary odds, led the charge in moving ourselves and our communities forward. In a perfect world, none of these services would be needed, but we don't live in a perfect world. But what we can do as a county is to be able to provide the ways to get at these services for the women in Westchester County, and that is a hugely vital role that the Office for Women fulfills.
The Office for Women is actually the first office for women that was ever established in New York State, and it was a national role model for other offices across the country.
The county's Office for Women provides, if you will, a clearinghouse of information for the women in Westchester County.
It could be women in health issues, women gender equality issues, women in the workplace, and of course, one of the big issues affecting women would be domestic violence.
Hope's Door was founded as the Northern Westchester Shelter in 1980, and now we will be entering our 30th year of service to victims of domestic violence. So the County Office for Women has been a financial partner, funneling grant funds, contractual funds to our work. They have been a provider of technical assistance when we wanted to do more about working with victims who were from immigrant communities, Spanish-speaking, Urdu, Hindu, Punjabi, Asian, Muslim women. We reached out to the Office for Women for technical support. When there's legislation that we believe will help protect victims, keep them safer, and or hold perpetrators accountable, we work through the County Office for Women, which works, because Camille Murphy is the head of it, works very closely with the Domestic Violence Council to close the gaps in service that keep victims safe and hold abusers accountable. We want to focus our attention on the needs of victims, their safety, their empowerment, their future without abuse, and that task is made much easier because of the many ways that the Office for Women supports our mission.
The Office for Women, in addition to serving as like a hub for information and coordination of services for women, they are our program managers for our Family Court Legal Program. We're a full-service legal services organization that does direct service, a lot of training, a lot of community outreach and education about issues related to domestic violence and elder abuse. Women come to us because they need help. You know, they don't know where to turn. People they've never been to court before, they're sort of lost, they're overwhelmed, they don't have for domestic violence survivors, a lot of them don't have a support system because they've been isolated for so long and, abused. So they step in and they're just so relieved that there is help out there, there's help available. And once they sort of enter into or make a connection with an organization, say like us at Family Court, a whole network of services opens up.
My Sister's Place is a domestic violence services agency that provides holistic services to survivors of domestic violence and abuse. They include our non-residential programs, so our counseling services, our children's programs, Operation Safety, training the community. I think that because the Office for Women understands the work that we do, we have created a really strong partnership. They help us provide services that we couldn't provide otherwise.
Legal Services is just one of the partners that works with the Office for Women, and I think what's really significant to know about the Office for Women is that especially Camille Murphy, the director of the office, and I think its founder, reaches out to organizations, throughout the spectrum to make sure that everyone works together and that services are provided in a comprehensive fashion. So when I became director of legal services of the Hudson Valley 15 years ago, and Camille made sure to include as a component for women legal services, and that was really a breakthrough because, legal services is really, we're a law firm. And people might not necessarily think that that would fit in with domestic violence agencies or other social services agencies, but she made sure that she was going to include all of the services that women needed and that everybody was going to do the piece that they do best.
For over 80 years, the YWCA has been a pioneer for social change in Westchester County. We're the only provider of permanent supportive housing for low-income women in the county. We also are the largest provider of child care, nursery school, after school. The Office for Women funds our children's center in the courthouse. The idea was to create a safe haven, a very friendly, welcoming place for children where parents could leave their children and they could be sure of the care that they're given while they're attending to their court matters. We probably would not be able to exist without the Office for Women because they really stand side by side with us in helping us achieve our mission of empowering women and eliminating racism.
Our center helps women start and expand small businesses and helps them achieve economic self-sufficiency through entrepreneurship. We help turn people's ideas of business ownership into reality. We do this by providing a wide array of entrepreneurial training programs and services. Our 60-hour-plus program, entrepreneurial training program, that helps women complete written business plans, which they can use to grow their business and access capital. I love what we do here because there's no shortage of great ideas and programs that we can put together to help women business owners. The fact that the Office for Women helps promote and publicize what we do helps us tremendously in our outreach and recruitment efforts, and we wouldn't be as successful as we are if we didn't have the Office for Women helping to promote us in the community.
We've been very fortunate, I think, in Westchester County to have an Office for Women.
I think without the Office for Women, we'd all be, left on our own adrift, and there wouldn't be that coordination, and I think that services would definitely suffer.
The office tries to make sure that the needs of women in this county are met and that they have the opportunities to grow and develop.
We just simply couldn't open our doors for all the work that we do with victims if it were not for their extraordinary leadership. And we really are so grateful to them.